Yes. Good morning, guys. Welcome to OT Web Technologies. See, uh, most of people are asking me, sir, what is content if you are covering that full stack development course? So I am telling this type of syllabuses, but not some people are not agree this. This is scenario in another institute also same thing, but uh, my our institute, our online institute, we are providing for different scenarios like that. uh, I will telling one point and after one point. Okay, see, uh, every full stack developer, it will need for one programming language. Here, .NET people choose for C sharp language and along with the OOPS concepts. This is already um, like points, but internal action, what is that? I will telling my paid course. Okay, so after that console application, here what you are learning in basics of our this one, it will practicing for practice purpose console projects as well as UI technologies, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript like that, Bootstrap, Material UI, advanced JavaScript principles, and different types of scenarios. We are discussing UI technologies inside our curriculum. And after that, JavaScript also one of the programming language. This is scripting language, and advanced ES6 ECMAScript 6 principles and features, what is let and constant, and JSON fetching API, array object, DOM manipulations, and event handling. These are functions are inside our JavaScript. JavaScript also one of the programming language, same fundamental data type control statement. What is that OOPS concept? It will same as it is for inside our JavaScript programming language, JavaScript scripting language, right? So after that, Node.js. What is Node.js? How to install Node.js? What is the purpose of Node.js? I will telling this one, the core module, FS module, file system module, HTTP module, path module. How to create one file and automatically you are creating one file, that TXT file or any other file, it will automatically came under that file system. HTTP hypertext transfer protocol inside our Node.js. The wonderful features in fetching data for routing concept. Okay, I will telling that point also. I will telling inside our course curriculum in paid sessions. Same, creating a simple server. How to create a simple server without without interact with interaction and development without .NET framework. We are developing Node.js also one of the flavor. It will creating simple and it's a modern UI developing skills and Express.js basics just for routing and middleware. What is the middleware and what is the routing concept involved? Express.js also one of the important topic on our course curriculum. REST API basics with example. See, why you are choosing Express.js means some companies asking .NET for .NET with Angular, but some companies are asking .NET with React.js. So whatever it, the fundamental basics is equal. Every framework or library, well, different scenarios. I will telling that basics of routing and middleware, what is interacting inside our middleware. Middleware is as it is for our .NET framework in Node.js inside. After that, I are discussing Angular only for 16 version is the basic, and 13, 14 version and 16 version. After that, 17 version are covering later point of time, but 16 versions application we are developing inside our application oriented programming. Okay, so this is features inside our Angular. um, I will telling this is new things you are saying that After that, ASP.NET MVC, MVC core applications. Core MVC core, what is the core concepts in .NET 6 and 7, 8? This is very important for core concepts. ASP.NET Core Web API for using um, what is that applications and backend API applications. Okay. Similarly, we are covering microservices, intro level, and microservice architecture. And finally, we are building microservices product with including API gateway in OC lot. After that completion of microservices or after the completion of a web API, these two are testing in Postman or Swagger. Swagger is a open A when you are installing, when you are creating web API or microservices, it will automatically inside our middleware Swagger, automatically creating and automatically opening browser pop-up after running the application. When you are running that .dll application csprog project application, it will automatically creating Swagger UI. But Postman is not like that. Postman is want to force URL to routing endpoints, URL endpoints inside our microservices and gateway. What is the principles we are discussing in testing OpenAI and this is for testing purpose. Coming to the Docker is a, what is the Docker basics, how to create Docker image, and what is creating a container inside our, how many images are creating, and how to bundle it inside. And finally, one Docker image creating, the Docker images are running inside our browsers or any other AI tools, like that communication URL endpoints, Docker composition for multiple services. This is very most important scenario for compose com, compose for multiple services, like that application microservices inside our with, this is one. uh, Before containerization for Angular application, if you are creating web API or microservices, including containerization on our Angular application, then only it will interacting with Dockerization concept and debugging and bug fixing. This is almost complete. When you are creating and developing stage, it will interact with debugging and bug fixing. Then only debugging means what what you are expecting data, either JSON or any other XML. What is your expecting data? What is your scenario? How to handle that data, this the scenario under debugging, bugging inside our, inside this bug fixing and debugging concepts. So finally, so before finally, we are interact with Git and GitHub. GitHub is a local and repositories, local repository. One, GitHub is a online GitHub repository. Git is a local and GitHub is a online. So okay, this is two scenarios under that single environment in our local mission. How to add, how to commit, how to push, how to pull. It will get in it, how to get in it and Git repository, CI/CD pipelines. So using for web API and MVC application, these are all including console applications also, including when you are creating console application, right? Second thing, right? These files also be your track record, one track record creating for every developer. It will useful for job searching, getting for job, for your better future. Then only you can fit for every developer. And each and every topics we are learning, listening, or they are expected output, it will scenario. Git and GitHub is track record for every developer. Then only it will develop in our future of, without this type of skill, you are not suitable, you are not fit for a developer in interview point of time. Developer, they are developers, it will must have git and github account. Without github account, how to expose your features in your skills, how to expose in your skills right now, that is not possible, right? So because of if you want to expose in your skills, github is a mandatory. Why? Because of github is a online repository. It will store the different types of applications, MVC and MVC core, and application gateway, API gateway, and full stack web applications inside in your repository track record. It will useful for better features in interview point of time. So finally, we are developing two applications. One is MVC application, and another one is which type? Microservices architecture. Uh, Angular is using front-end API gateway with including microservices. This one, and SQL Server. We are using SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, and ASP.NET Core Web API, including that. Resume preparation and GitHub portfolio. Portfolio is a mandatory in on our course. Then only you can expose your skills in interview point of time. The interviewer will satisfy to get their job, right? It is useful for your better future. So that's why I am telling, that's why I am implementing GitHub repository. When you are learning from scratch, after that after that basics of after console application and Node.js scenarios and routing concepts and Angular application, MVC core and MVC applications inside in our track record, MVC core in the microservices, how to create that scenario, and core web APIs and microservices, small services, including API gateway. These are features are putting in your track record. It will useful for your better future and useful for your interview point of time. You are exposing in your skills that interview panel, then only you can fit and exposing in your promoting for feature development in your developing stage. So finally, mock interview practice for one to another, each one interacting with scenarios and different types of scenarios. So I'm explaining one scenario based what we are what we are learning inside our first stage, MVC, right? MVC application, entity framework, right? Entity framework, MVC, MVC, MVC application for your interaction is MVC, right? After that, we are providing Angular application, right? Angular application, right? Angular application. Uh, what is scenario for Angular application with HTML, HTML, TypeScript, and Bootstrap, CSS. These are fundamental concepts in our Angular UI technologies. UI technologies. This is also same for using creating one application in your one application. in your application, your application perform CRUD operation. Perform CRUD operation. Perform CRUD operation like what is the scenario and ready-made this topic I'm not reveal that point because of this flavor is no for everyone. It will another institute they will take and capture that point and that's why I'm not reveal that point because of without interact without communicate without company communicate .NET application to perform CRUD operation without communicate. Note that point, everyone note that point. This is very very most important. Why? Because I'm telling mm, another window, then only you can understanding that point, right? So first of all, we are creating Angular application with the tract what is the scenario and application and CRUD operation using without communicating .NET application to perform CRUD operation. So we need for one server, right? Absolutely, absolutely. If you are perform CRUD operation, CRUD operation need server. That mean API, right? We have Node.js features provides it will create automatically for server, that is ready-made server. Yes, what you are listening that word, this is very powerful technology for Angular application. Okay, this is very very most important features. I will telling that. That's why I'm telling here. Okay, and coming to first of all, save to my this one will demos. One morning one is created, right? Mm. Yes, what we are developing here, here APIs, microservices, APIs, microservices, APIs. So after that, Angular, right? Angular 16. After that, 17. See why I am telling like that. This scenario it will useful for your scenario. This is full stack application. Full stack application, right? Full stack application, right? Yes. See, before when you are developing stage, not ready for backend. Initial days, right? See, when you are developing stage, not ready for backend initial days, but that time what? How to handle front end? How to handle front end? How to handle front end? So we need data, right? CRUD operation. We want that internal where internal front end application, internal front end. CRUD operation for front end, right? CRUD operation for front end. This is a powerful one of the concept implementation. See, we don't initially we are not interacting with each and everyone, right? And coming to that, so break the rules. To break the rules, break the rules. See, to break the rules without want to backend, we develop front end application. Front end application. That is what scenario we are implementing here, and this is right. This is right. So when you are developing stage, not ready for backend development. If you are team in developing team, suppose so developing stage, you are dividing two, dividing two different stages, right? One is front end team, one is front end team, another one is what? Backend team. One is front end team, another backend team. Without communicate, not dot point, without communicate, without communicate to develop applications. It is a modern web technology, modern web developing technology for every full stack developer, and for your better future to implementing UI UX developer also it will need without interacting, without interacting at that point. This is not required for communication. Communication is not required. See, this is communication, right? We are break the rules. Here we are breaking the rules. Breaking the rules to our what guys, in our both front end and back end team. Then only you can developing internally for front end team, and back end team is split, 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 split to different stage. Front end team they are developing application using what, with what guys, uh, this is initial days, right? Handling data, and front end team developing Angular application using for self creating wonderful feature Node.js concepts. This is also CRUD operation, right? I have an projects in things, Angular 16 version projects are already there. Okay, yeah, that is different scenario. Without interacting the break the rules, and the backend team already know how to create an internal action in .NET framework. It will use from features that scenario. And if you don't need interaction with front end and backend team, it will break the rules, it will break the rules, it will break the rules, breaking the rules. It will break the rules. It will break the rules. This concept we are implementing under this scenario. Then only you can full understanding. Are you able to understanding that point? So if you are developing stage front end team and back end team, they are still working both without communicating the back end. Front end team they are using one internal framework. It will gives that flavor Node.js is one of the flavor it will giving to front-end team. I'm not reveal that uh, what is that flavor. It will really reveal in our paid course only, then only we can understand. So now I am revealing that point, it will affect for my future, because of I am depending on online teaching, online classes. It is my source of income. Then I am revealing that point, breaking the rules, not students are not contacting me, that will impact on my future, because of I am not reveal that point. Okay. And see, backend team, they are implementing .NET framework as it is, they are running going on. But front end team, it will interacting without communicating to the developing stage, both applications are working. So to break the rules without want wants to backend, we develop front end application. It is very most important in our future, very most important. UI developer, UI developers, it is very most important for every UI developers and UI UX developers. UI UX developers. After that .NET, MVC, MVC core, MVC core, Web API, that is application oriented programming sessions, guys. Thank you for watching, and wait for a moment. I'll release my contact number, and please contact me, call or WhatsApp. It is my mobile number 9951698616. Thank you for watching for demo videos. For more contact is my number. Yes, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe my channel. Then only you can notification your new sessions. Thank you. Bye.